So then there were only two, Nate.
I'm just trying to like pull myself back from the chaos. My
I
head is in
understand.
is in structure chaos right now. Um,
It can only ever structuralize things according to an alignment chart
hmm
anymore. It is broken beyond repair.
I'm just moving. I'm just moving between the different matrices as I get further into this. All right.
If you're out of ideas, I guess I could theoretically stream something, but I'm not like that brings up a lot of logistical questions, issues.
I think still have stuff on my list I need to get through.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Let me
Hold on, let me check
see.
if I can find it. There we go. Okay, let me see. Let me look at the list. Mhm.
Oh, why is it full screen still? Oh, that's why.
Oh, have you played Yannick's game yet?
It's Shutter Scroll, right?
Wait, was it Shutter Scroll or Shutter Stroll actually?
I think Stroll, Stroll.
Yeah, you accidentally wrote it as Shutter Scroll
Oh,
on the schedule.
that that sounds like me. Um,
Oh, I know you know that game, Yannick. All right, sweet.
uh, yeah, I think they were. Gonna stop and chat about it at some point, possibly. Trying to just get it to. Oh, there we go. Oh, it keeps collapsing on my windows. Be really, really nice with multiple monitors, but alas, here I am. Turn that down a little bit. Alright, that seems to be... Seems like it's lagging just a little bit. Why is it still at... Not supposed to be that high. Oh. Please don't reset the resolution. There we go. Alright, that's working. Start exploring. I've not played this before, but I've looked at pictures and it seems very pretty and peaceful, and I like taking photos.
I haven't played that yet, but I'm interested in it, especially since Yannick was very positive towards my game when they played it. So I feel like I owe their stuff some attention as well.
Oh, it has like uh, depth of field. It's very, very pronounced. I wonder if there's like camera settings. I don't know if there's actually a tutorial in this or not. Maybe it's just like a disposable camera, like a point and click. I was playing Dear Future recently and enjoying kind of some of the more manual photo settings that that game lets you do. I need to play Umurangi Generations really bad because it seems to just keep adding new photo modes, which makes me want to take actual photos, but going outside is hard.
Do you have an interest in photography in general?
Yeah, I took some photography classes in undergrad. Really kind of got pretty into it, but haven't done much since then. But I've been slowly. It looks like there's lips on that tree, but yeah, I haven't done too much really with it since undergrad, so been like slowly rediscovering that uh, joy in just photography focused video games, which there surprisingly are a couple now. Like it all kind
I
of
like
came out at the same time.
photography and sorry, go on.
I was just saying they kind of all came out in like the same time. I'm stuck in a hole. Uh, Done something wrong. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Just photography in real life is fun, but I've never been huge on it in video games.
Yeah, I don't normally go for it, but maybe it's just the result of being inside for so long. But I've been really intrigued by it lately. What am I doing? I feel like I got stuck.
I think you're
Well,
not
this is
stuck.
very deliberately designed, right?
Oh, hello.
So,
Welcome in.
Hello.
hi.
I want to interrupt.
Oh, you're okay. I'm kind of stuck in a hole. I don't know if
Um,
that's intentional or if I messed something up.
um, it might happen. Since I cannot control everything about these islands, I would assume you can just quit the menu and go to a new island.
Oh, I didn't
Um,
realize they were generated.
oh, they are. Otherwise, I don't have the capacity to build that many islands. Um,
But anyhow, welcome in. I'm glad you could make it. We just started playing this.
yeah, I had a lot of fun watching Burger Discourse before.
Oh, yes. I'm glad you could appreciate the very important conversations we were having.
Oh yeah, I can relate. I've done the same with friends about soup
Hmm.
and discussing whether cereal is a soup and where it
Oh,
lies on the
yeah.
soup matrix. Yeah.
Very important conversations we're having.
Let me get the stream on the second screen so I can see the island. There we go. Oh,
It's nice to be able to see your game. I haven't had a chance to check it out yet, but I have had it on my radar ever since I saw that you played an Outcry and enjoyed it a lot.
I also very much enjoyed an outcry. And yeah, you can still wait with playing it, I guess. I'm currently working on like the Steam version for of the game.
Hmm.
So when Steam Next Fest rolls around, I hopefully have a cool new demo with an actual cool camera and not. This is pretty much just another view on the game, but an actual camera with viewfinder and stuff. Been working at that, improving the
Oh,
game.
dang. Looking
Um,
forward.
yeah,
Yeah, I was
I
curious
hope
about
everything. Go
that.
ahead.
About like the different like camera like ways it accommodates. Because some games I know are like very explicit and like have all sorts of controls, and other ones are like here's a point and shoot sort of like disposable camera, and I wasn't sure where this fell into.
Yeah, I think yeah on this part of on this I'd say this build of the game, the camera's pretty restricted, I'd say. You don't have much control. I mean, there's autofocus, so you cannot even manually pull focus if you want to. Um, there's filters. I think that's the maximum extent of the customizability. But on the updates I'm working on, I'm going in more of the direction of um, lowering the skill floor even more, so you can like pin on objects and they always stay in focus if you want to, and at the same time give more control to the ones who actually do photography and would like more control, because that's a lot of the feedback I've been receiving, and so now I'm working on making this a better game photography wise.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. I'm definitely in the camp that likes to kind of mess around with all the different settings. But
Yeah. Mhm.
yeah, it's very peaceful. It kind of visually it's very different, but the feeling so far reminds me a bit of Proteus. I don't know if you played it,
Mhm.
but
Yes, I have. Yeah, that's one of the games people like to compare it with. I can see it in some way, right?
I think just kind of the like pastel nature, kind of an underexplored
Mm-hmm.
games. So how did this game kind of come about? What was kind of the development process for it?
Yeah, I think that's I kind of stumbled into this game by accident, I think. Um, so one Christmas Eve, I was like, I shouldn't work my main project. I should probably just do something for myself, have a bit of fun. Um, and I'm really into generation and controlled randomness in games. So I was okay. I think I will generate islands today. And so I kind of prototyped an island generator. Um, then I looked at it and thought, okay, this is actually kind of cool. I kind of want to run around on these islands. Before that, I had like a small plane you could fly around. Just it was more of a vacation project. Just I wanted to have a small escape place, I think. Yeah, and as I started wandering around islands and showing that to my friends, they were like, "Hey, this is pretty cool. Is this going to be a game?" And I wasn't really sure if I wanted to make it a game. Mm. And then I just said, okay, I don't want to give it an actual objective. So maybe if people like how it looks, I could probably fit a camera in there and that'll be it. And that's pretty much what I'm still trying to stick to make this game as goalless as possible. Um, and just have a small space where people can relax for just a little bit if they need to.
Yeah, I definitely enjoy that style of kind of just existing in a digital space. I don't think you see that much of that now. At least not like games explicitly for that. I know I spend a lot of time just kind of wandering around games that aren't really built for that, but
Mhm.
it's nice to just have that be the goal from the outset. Oh.
Also, if I'm already talking about it, I see you take a lot of photos. Um,
Mm-hmm.
just a heads up that only one photo gets saved
Oh,
per island,
interesting.
unless you enable it in the options that every photo gets saved. I don't communicate it that well in the game, but the if I had an intention for this, it would be that you wander around an island, look for a place where you could snap a nice photo to remember this island by, and then move on to the next island, because that way you get a lot more out of the game, I think.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's an interesting design decision, and it should definitely be better telegraphed.
Yeah. Right now in the camera redesign, there's actually an actual control screen built in. You can pull up like in Umurangi generation or whatever, and that explicitly states only one picture gets saved. Um, I kind of yeah, it's not that well designed right now. It's kind of yeah, you can only see one picture on the pause screen, but that doesn't really tell you that it gets overwritten. Um, um, yeah, I'm working on that. There's also now in newer builds, I'm actually having a small message pre-game on the splash screen telling you
Oh,
this is a game
nice.
about relaxation. Uh, maybe check out the intended way to play. Um,
Mm-hmm.
trying to open the experience and make it a little bit more customizable for people who'd like that. Yeah.
Definitely. Have you played Dear Future? I think it came out a little while ago.
I think I have not. Wait, let me. I will
It's
pull it up.
another photography game, but it's one that is like asynchronously multiplayer. So you have like 10 minutes to explore a world, and then you choose one
Oh,
photo to save and pass along, and then people pick up your
oh, and then
progress.
that's so cool.
I really like it.
I need to play that. I should put that on my list. That sounds great, actually. I love,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, when you
love
mentioned
those.
that only one photo gets saved, I thought of it because in that photo, only one photo gets saved, but it's like for explicit thematic uh, reasons of like
Mhm.
you can only you're only one person and you can only pass along so much information. So like choose it deliberately. Oh
Mhm.
wow, the moon is nice.
Also, I totally forgot I wanted to share the tweet. Um, mhm.
Yeah, there. Derivative in chat is also mentioning there's like some collaborative puzzle elements that. Yeah, there's some neat stuff around. Not quite like an ARG, but like a lot of
Yeah, I
the
can.
the
Mhm.
solutions are kind of abstract and take a lot of just like hunting.
Yeah, I feel like from the screenshots alone, I get a good vibe of what kind of puzzles they do. I'm excited to check that game out. That looks great.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know your thoughts having like as you've made another photography game that's in like a kind of very different tonal vibe.
Hmm. Also, ever since starting to develop this game, I've been checking out a lot more photo modes in like AAA games.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I play a lot of AAA games, but I play some of them, and I always feel like those photo modes need they are fine. I guess. I feel like they could do more. Not that I can speak with my current photo mode implementation, but I feel like there's a lot more stuff you could do. I appreciate having
Mm-hmm.
photo modes in games now. It's actually fun to mess around with it a little bit, even though because it's a separate mode in those games, it can kind of kill your momentum in games.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Currently playing Control, and they have a photo mode which is pretty restrictive, but it's still fun because the visuals of the game are just that good. Um, yeah, and after every time I'm entering a new area, I'm like, oh, where can I stand and take a photo? That's cool, but I'm also kind of getting, kind of exiting my immersed state. That's, yeah.
Yeah, I don't often kind of mess around with photo modes in non like photography centric games because I think I appreciate like, games about photography because they often emphasize being like a physical space or physical like body in a space and having limitations about kind of how you can move. So it's I guess to me it's less about maybe the photo and more about the experience of taking a photo that I enjoy.
Hmm.
And I don't feel like that's often captured in most photo modes. They kind of treat you as like a flying camera uh, that can clip through walls and change reality to fit your
Hmm.
desires. Which I know a lot of
Exactly.
people find fun in that, but kind of, I don't know, just not what I look for in those types of experiences.
Hmm. Yeah, I very much like the process of seeing, can I actually, if I want to take a shot, is that a place where I can actually stand? And I thought in Umurangi Generation, that was a fun process to um, see, okay, I want to take this angle. Is that possible? Can I reach the spot where I want to shoot from? How can I
Mm-hmm.
adjust my shot? Like every shot also tells us something about not what we are actually taking a picture of, but also where we are. And I think um, that's also a nice
Mm-hmm.
thing to think about sometimes.
Yeah, I really need to play that game. I have no real reason for why I haven't. It seems very much up my alley.
Mhm. Also
And
comes out
there's
on Switch in a few days. Can very much recommend it.
I didn't know it was coming out that soon on the Switch, but that's cool.
I think June 5th or something like that. I'm really looking forward to it.
Mhm.
Also, yeah, the developer and me have been in touch. I actually, I'm planning a small crossover with them. That'll be fun, I guess.
Oh, nice.
Hopefully.
I'll look out for that. Yeah, I've talked to
Mhm.
them before, and they're really cool and chill. So excited to see what you two come up with. I really like this fog that's coming over.
It's really misty.
Yeah. Tell if it's coming in or the distance.
Yannick like touched upon something that I think I really like about photography, that I think is sort of lost in a game with randomized islands.
Mhm.
If I may quickly touch upon that, I
Sure.
don't want to monopolize everyone's time. I think it's important in photography. It's always important that there's also like an observer. I think you might have touched upon this briefly before, but I guess I wanted to chime in on it. That there's like like you put it, Yannick. It's like it's not just that the image is nice. It's also that someone is behind the camera and standing there. That you remember where you have been from looking at photos. And I think that physicality, that presence in a place, could be something that could be very interestingly explored in a video game as well.
Mhm.
Like taking pictures somewhere where you're not supposed to be, or something like that. This is, funnily enough, I've recently had a very similar experience with this sort of thing, because at one point in Half-Life Alyx, I jumped around the level to try and make progress, and found myself suddenly out of bounds for no reason. And taking a screenshot in virtual reality, like taking a photo in a sense of what I'm seeing, is actually a very difficult proposition. Because I couldn't access any screenshot buttons or anything along those lines while I was in VR. But if I wasn't in VR, then the camera wouldn't be pointed anywhere where it would show what I'm seeing.
Mhm.
So I had to basically stream it to a friend, and that friend took screen caps for me. And I think it's photography games. Obviously, every photography game has a different view on the concept and everything and all that. But I thought that might be an interesting thing to remember sometimes. I don't know.
Yeah, I like that thought. Especially VR is such an interesting space for possible photography games also. I feel like actually handling a camera in VR would be so fun. Um,
Yeah, absolutely. Like a VR camera game, I think is something that we still need, or at least one that's high profile enough, because I'm sure it must exist, right?
yeah, I think there has to be something like that. Especially, yeah, camera manipulation. There's a lot of for being virtual reality. There's a lot of reality breaking in those games, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a virtual world. What are we supposed to do? We cannot make it as robust as the real world. But I just think it's interesting that sometimes virtual reality can be even less immersive than it's supposed to be.
Yeah, and in a way, it's also important that it's less immersive, because
Uh-huh.
depending on what sort of game it is, it might actually be undesirable for it to be too real. Like, what I always think about with that regard,
Oh,
the corpses in Half-Life Alyx, how they deliberately look kind of like wax figures, and thinking about it for even just a moment, it's like, yeah, that's probably a good idea.
yeah, Yeah, I think so. I've been tutoring in a VR games course in university, and a lot of time is really spent thinking about consequences in VR. There's the heightened immersion really leads to you having to think a lot more about possible triggering content. Because I've even not having autonomy about your body can be a really scary thing, I guess.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I've noticed that already in a couple of games.
I mean, I haven't played much VR yet, and I've mostly played Beat Saber, but I'm probably going to get a headset and then try more games. But I feel it can probably make you feel very helpless to get moved around in a world.
Yeah, it's a strange experience of both bodiness and non-bodiness, of having a personal space but not having a body. Kind of dissociative. That's the word I'd use.
Oh yeah, I'd agree. I'm wondering. Okay, for all the gameplay I've seen so far, I don't think I've seen a single monolith. kind of surprised.
What are monoliths? Like,
Maybe we should just move on to more islands. You can also
okay.
just after you've taken the picture, you can just hop back into your boat.
Oh,
Um,
okay. I didn't know that. Where
yeah.
did my boat go?
Oh yeah, you will you will have to remember it, I guess. Um,
I like
it'll
this
be.
island a lot. Like the snow. Thought it was over here.
I mean, it would be somewhere along the outer edge of the
Mm-hmm.
island, probably. Um,
Probably, unless I don't know
yeah.
where else it would be, but
hmm
I gotta say, I really love the more mountainous island that we're seeing
mm-hmm.
here. It's a really, really nice place.
Yeah, I think this is my favorite so far.
Get it on the list.
I also like that you can just run on the water. It's very convenient. I was playing Subnautica sometime earlier in the stream, and very very interesting now, just walking on top of the water instead of fall into it over and over.
hmm Yeah, I mean, now and now we should be close to the boat, right? Probably.
I mean, this island
I've
isn't
gotten a
so.
lot of feedback.
Yeah, it's
Um,
somewhere.
It's always fun when as a developer you yourself have no idea.
I could probably tell because I know where not. Actually, I think the boat is always on the southern side of the island.
There you
Um,
are.
I think. Might be misremembering. People have asked for like a marker for the boat, and I'm still too stubborn to put it in because I feel like this is a game. You're navigating an island. You could as well
I
think about
think
where you're going and remembering. But I get if people don't want to do that.
it's not about wanting to do that. I think it's that you need to help them along with some like
Mhm.
natural what should I call it? Um, natural landmarks, small ones.
Yeah.
I understand not like wanting to put any paths in or anything like that, but yeah, like landmarks are a good idea.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, this one is beautiful.
I'm definitely thinking about or planning a revamp of the generator. I've been holding off on that because any change I make breaks every island because well, it doesn't break it, but islands will be permanently changed.
Mm-hmm.
And since the whole point right now is that you can look at a photo, see the island, and you can go to that exact island to take the same shot or a different angle.
Oh, really?
That's
That's an interesting way to do that.
that's really what's making me think twice about changing the generator. So I need to do like a big batch of changes all at once.
I
Um,
see. landmarks are also, I guess, a difficult thing to get right because they inadvertently, due to the limitation that you have on just how many you can put into the game from your from the perspective of your time and such, they inadvertently lay open the constructedness of the game, like the fact that the game has been made, because eventually the landmarks will start repeating.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to break too much of the immersion, but you can probably see the assets repeating quite early already.
Yes, but they're all assets that we're used to being environmental properties.
Oh, yeah.
Things that sort of look the same. Like in the real world, we wouldn't be able to tell apart two trees from another that easily.
Right. That's a good point. Yeah, there are plans for a bit more crafted landmarks, but I don't want to spoil any of that yet, I think. Also, I see Niall in the chat. Hello, buddy. How are you doing?
Oh, hello, Niall Pudding. Welcome in.
Hello,
I
Niall.
I tried to post this stream on both my Twitter and the Stroll Discord, seeing if people wanted to join us.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Welcome in anybody who's joined or joining. Taking a stroll around here, and I'm trying to adhere to that find a your favorite shot. It's all very tempting to just take a billion, but also to kind of the challenge of having to just find your favorite shot from the island. Oh, I just fell down.
Oh no. Yeah, I've had I had mixed feedback on the you can only take one shot thing. So I obviously made it a toggle. But some people don't realize that after you've taken all of those hundreds of pictures of one island, you will probably go through them in your folder and have to sort out and decide which of those you like the best. And that feels like a bit of work. And I'd rather have people think about their shots a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But it's not easy to balance challenge and being relaxed. Oh, by the way, you can also enter any address you'd like if you want to go to a special place. I often do birthdays of friends.
Oh, I should try that.
Which we probably shouldn't do right now because not to dox anyone.
Oh. Yeah, I suppose that's a good point.
And there are also a handful of islands that have been named by people. Either friends or folks who made.
Oh, thank you so much for the
contributions to the
donation,
game.
Niall. Yeah, I guess for anyone just tuning in, we're raising money for Palestinian medical aid. So
thank you, Niall. That's amazing. Thank you so much.
hello, Beetle Stench. Welcome in.
Welcome.
Really like the kind of pastel glow that's over this side of the island.
This is very misty. I feel like I've never seen a brown colored sky. That's still new to me.
Oh, that's so interesting that you could be still seeing new stuff in the game you worked on. That's fascinating.
Yeah, it happens a lot less these days, but yeah, that's kind of the fun working on generated games. You basically know how stuff gets built, but you can never be sure that it doesn't surprise you. And I think it's really fun, but it can also slow the development because I can get lost walking on islands when I want to debug stuff.
Almost looked like it had a face. Kind of looks like it has a face. I've got eyes and consternated smile.
Oh yeah, I can see it. I can see it. That's great.
I've lost my boat again. Wander
Oh, no.
about.
I've also seen people use the game. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I like that it's very self-directed. I can just
Hmm.
leave at any time I want.
Yeah, I also really like seeing what people do with the game or how they use it. For example, since Niall is here, recently Niall made music while on one of the islands, which I thought was really cool. And um, they made a nice, relaxing track with like one of the photos as a cover, and that was just nice. It's just nice to see um, that this game is kind of a creative instrument to people.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's bright.
I feel like the shadow looks kind of like either someone with a sword swinging it, or like someone tipping their
Oh
hat.
yeah, I can see it. Oh yeah, by the way, you can also press F to switch through a few filters, especially when doing shadow
Oh,
photography. I really like having like a black and white filter.
I did not know that. Oh wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, I'm communicating that stuff more in future updates.
Cool though.
Or if you want to zoom, you can, I think, use Q and E
Mm-hmm.
if that helps you with aligning your shots. Ah.
Colors in this are all really nice. Surprising how like complementary they are.
Mm-hmm. Um, I'm I'm happy that the colors turn out good on most islands. Um, took a few tries to
I
not
can
have
imagine.
islands, yeah, burn your eyes out. Now you can do that with the negative filter
Mm-hmm.
if you want. Oh.
Oh, thank you so much for the donation, Hot Cider.
Woo, more donations.
Oh yeah, we're already past the 500 goal. We're almost at 600, which is just incredible. I really didn't expect uh, many people to show up and support, so that's really fantastic. This is probably the most I've uh, raised in any of these before, which is really exciting. Very, very necessary cause right now. Also, sorry if I'm
Oh,
like a little like delirious and like my words
oh,
aren't super clear because I have been up for about uh 22 hours now.
yeah, it's very understandable. I couldn't manage more than 16 hours probably. It was also it was really fun seeing you being delirious before Burger Talk happened, and
Oh,
then you seemed rejuvenated while just putting all of those burgers and sandwiches into a matrix.
it was very yeah, something just ignited inside me. I don't know
Yeah,
exactly what, but I did feel very energized all of a sudden.
I could feel the passion. It was great. Oh, I get super exhausted after 3 hours of streaming. Oh yeah, I get that.
Mm.
22 hours or even 24 seems impossible to me.
Yeah, it's interesting time. I usually find as long as I have some company, whether that's people watching or talking, uh, it's not so bad. The worst is just
Mhm.
if there's like a a couple hours when there's like nobody here, which sometimes happens around like 6 in the morning, because who's getting
Oh
up
yeah.
at 6 in the morning to hang out on a Twitch stream? Um, those are really the times where it's like, yeah, I've definitely like fallen asleep on the stream
Mm-hmm.
briefly, or it's just like, oh no, it's happening.
Yeah, it's also it's really hard to I guess your brain can just shut off at that point, and you can totally forget, oh, I'm on a stream, and you might just be in your own world for a while. If you have
Hmm.
someone on, at least they can chat from time to time and keep you in reality.
Right?
Um,
Yeah, I do often forget. Like, oh, I should probably say something. Like, it's probably a little strange just to see me just staring and blinking into space.
yeah. Next time you can hook up an air horn to the donations, and then you get more donations and be able to stay awake.
A lot of cocktails on this one. A little army.
I love how they always seem to form like neat little rows.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I like the contrast on this rock. It reminds me of like sherbet.
yeah, the colors are cool.
I feel like this is a game that I would really like to just put on an album and just kind of walk around and maybe not even take photos, but just kind of sit in the space.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's mainly the reason why I haven't put music in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I always recommend just putting on whatever you feel like listening to. Yeah, it's been my kind of replacement to taking actual walks
Oh,
in times where it was not feasible to just go out without meeting people.
right. How long ago did this game release? I don't recall.
It'll be exactly a year in about 10 days or so. So we are very, very close to the 1 year anniversary
Oh, that's
of the
exciting.
first official release. Yeah. Um, I'm excited. I also wouldn't have thought I'd still be working on the game, but I feel
Mm-hmm.
it has really grown on me over time. Been a kind of passion project. Oh wait, if you're on the address screen, or maybe I
Oh,
could probably,
yeah, let me try
um,
that. I'll just pop into the boat again.
yeah, I have a list with islands that I like.
Oh, nice.
Oh, maybe, um, let me check. There's a long list.
Oh, maybe I have to take a photo first.
Oh yeah, you'd have to take one photo first, and then you can jump back into the boat. Um,
Over in chat, yes, thanks for stopping by, Pyropho.
oh yeah,
Uh,
thank you. Also, hello, hello. Um, let me see. What's a good island? Um, Thinking about which one has a nice color scheme, or is just one of my favorites. Hmm. Mm, mm. This island has a lot of hills. Holy
mm-hmm.
shit. Um,
I could have sworn the boat was right around here. Completely lost it. Oh, thank you so much for the donation. Yeah, fuck fascism. Free Palestine.
Here we go. Thank you so much, Jones.
Very much appreciate it.
This is great.
Oh, this little pond is really nice too. Oh, I can see the stars now.
Oh, the small hills to your right look like a frog face. Kind of.
Oh! I like that. Never mind, I'm taking a new photo.
Sorry, what did you say?
Oh,
Oh, yeah, there.
I just noticed it. Yeah, and very
Big
good.
frog. Oh.
Alrighty, we're back here. Did you find a island that you
Oh, yeah.
wanna check
I
out?
think I think one that I really like is just all ones. You can just type, as far as I know. You can just do all ones. At least I hope you can just type. No, normally you should be able to. Yeah, okay. Of course, I covered like all of the funny numbers and anything people would like put in on a whim.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite islands, I think. I really like the colors on that. Makes me
Oh,
feel pretty calm.
yeah. Love this pink. Oh, and it's misty too. This is quite nice. Columns are really interesting and just jutting out from the landscape.
Hmm. Calming monoliths. Yeah. I remember when I was in like my first 2 weeks of release, some Spanish communities started collecting pictures on their Discord, and we're doing a Twitch stream. So I hopped on there just to check it out, and they had some really deep theories about the monoliths, which was amazing to hear. They had a lot of lore thoughts. Um, Even though I have not put much of that into the game yet, there's a lot to this world I would like to also at some point tell, which I started. I released like a small narrative spin-off game to this.
Oh,
Um,
I wasn't familiar with that.
not, I mean, to be fair, not many are, but it's one of my favorite games I've done, maybe. Even though I'm not really a writer, and but the people that have played it seem to have enjoyed it, so that's fun.
I'll
But
definitely have to check
yeah,
that out.
if you do, feel free to let me know what you think. I'm I feel like I'm now stuck in the Shutter Stroll universe, thinking about how to tell whatever's happening there. A lot of people seem, or many people seem to have pretty deep thoughts about stuff, and some of them are pretty close to what I was thinking when working on this game. Um, it's fun to see
Oh, it
um,
does sound very
how
cool.
mhm, how much of that actually reaches people.
Oh, this is different.
I knew it. Yeah, everyone does it, and it's one of my favorite places. um, and I've accounted for it. Actually, if you open the camera, if islands are named, you can see the island name. Um,
Oh, very good.
yeah. I mean, I knew I knew
Oh,
people would put in funny numbers.
of course,
So
yeah.
yeah, I have prepared most of the combinations.
Gotta invent
Uh,
new funny numbers to.
yeah, to throw me
Crits,
off.
new memes, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things when people stumble upon these islands kind of by accident. They're like, whoa, there's a name here, what's up with that? And some of them then really start to look for more of those islands.
Is there a way to name islands, or are these just ones that you have put in manually?
Yeah, there's no way to name them in the game. I mostly just tell people, hey, do you want to name an island? Give me an address and a name, and then I'll do it. Like offering that stuff as a small reward on my Twitch channel and stuff. I would love to have that as an actual mechanic in there somehow, but that brings a lot more work to the table, I think, because that needs to be moderated. And I would need to think about a lot of stuff. So right now it's just manually. But also, if you'd like to name an island, you're very much invited to approach me with whatever address and name you want, and I'll put it into the game for the next update.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I will have to think
Oh.
about that when I am a little more
Mm-hmm.
sober. But
Yeah.
I not turn down an opportunity to name something, even though it often just ends up being named after or whatever food I'm currently desiring.
It's still your island then. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And no one can take that from you.
Yeah, the island of baguette. Burger Island, yeah.
Also, if you there's a way to actually get to those named islands without knowing their addresses, because there's not a lot. If you actually go to the main menu in the credits, you can find a button to find those islands, because I thought if most of the people I'm thanking in the credits named those islands, I could as well put a button in there so people can find out how to get there.
Oh, it's like just had a crash.
Oh, I was waiting for a crash. Actually, 69 Island tends to crash on everyone's PC
Oh,
at some point. It is
that feels like like a fair trade.
it's a small price to pay.
Yeah, I feel like we've invited that one on ourselves.
Yeah. It's been a crash I've been pulling my hair out over for quite some time. It's terrible. Oh yeah, local photos just opens a folder on your PC where you can find all of the images. 69 Island crashing seems appropriate, yeah, but also sad. Oh, I know. Okay, I mean, yeah, I know this island because I've been there before. Yeah, Victoria's Hideout. I'm a big fan of the green fog on this. Ooh. Ludo narrative. That's great.
Oh yeah, that is a nice fog. Oh, almost fell down.
Is there a day-night cycle, or is it one of the procedurally generated elements? There is no set day-night cycle, because time works differently in that world. Though, if you revisit the same island, normally weather and day-night stays the same. There's a chance to get a night variant of each island, though. So if you visit an island multiple times, there's a small chance you can end up on a night island, which is a lot spookier. Synthwave Paradise. Loving it.
Oh, welcome in, Lord Van Bray.
Hello. Oh, that's so cool. That looks so nice.
Oh, the way the star is like...
Yeah, the skybox is bugged sometimes.
I think it's just like a very interesting effect.
Mm-hmm.
It's very... It feels like a 3D diorama almost. That
Oh yeah.
moves,
Mm-hmm.
moves with you.
Exactly. Yeah. Some people get sick easily though, and they've been really irritated by that.
Right.
Yeah, but that will also be fixed. I mean, it is fixed in my build, but nothing I was able to push out yet. Oh, that's such a cool shot.
I'm gonna make sure I get the top of these. Oh, but that's also nice. Problem with getting filters is now I just want to try all of them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I I have a lot of similar photos, which are just the same photo with different filters. That's such a good photo, though.
Oh, okay, so it takes you to like one of the named islands.
Yeah, just takes you to one of them. Yeah, you basically have to click the button in the menu again, and it always takes you to a random one. So you actually wouldn't know if you got all of them. But there are a lot of named islands, so probably not. Ooh, big trees. I don't think we've had those yet. I feel like.
I haven't seen them. Just try and focus on that. It looks... The thing about the shadow from here looks like someone lifting something up. I don't know, I saw it really well for a second and now it's gone.
Oh no. I think when I was getting my coffee, I came back, and the first thing I heard was, "This tree has lips."
Oh, yeah, there was
That's a great
definitely...
great sentence to come back to. Yeah, and now I cannot unsee it. No one has said that before, but now it's on my mind forever.
Gonna patch the lips out.
Yeah, I need to delipify the trees.
Just as long as it's included in the patch notes.
That'll be one. That will be the biggest change. Removed lips. Just- That's really peaceful.
I like this open area right here just for no reason.
Gives me a tiny bit of Studio Ghibli vibes.
Mm-hmm.
If it were a different color.
I think
It's hard to
Derivative, you're still gonna get you're still gonna get patched out, so you better make the most of the time you have.
Yeah.
Big slab.
Maybe I'll keep the old trees in, but with a lower chance to spawn. Because maybe the lip trees need to stay. Cannot remove the fan favorite.
Yeah, we've already got all the merchandise.
Yeah.
Oh, this purple is really nice. I feel like I just want to like color drop all of these out of here, use them for my own
I
projects.
Yeah, I mean you can just take a photo and then drop it into software, and there you go. Yeah, yeah, that's what I was talking about. You can use it as a creative tool if you want to, and I think that's a fun thing.
Yeah, I mean that was part of why I'm impressed so much with the colors, because like I do a fair amount of work trying to get colors to look nice next to each other, and it is quite challenging often.
hmm
These all just seem very very seamless.
I think the thing that helps with colors in this game and color theory in general is just whatever palette of colors you have, you can make it look good if you just overlay one color with like low opacity to tie it all together, and then you just have a palette that works. And I feel that's the case here. Mostly the sun or moonlight will tie the rest of the island together, even if the colors are pretty wild. To some extent, some islands really don't have nice looking colors, but then you still have the story of I visited a really ugly island. So you gotta have some bad ones to appreciate the good ones, I think.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Can the really bad island be named Really Bad Island? You gotta find your least favorite island and name that one specifically.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe tomorrow I'll go through all of the 100 million islands and pick the one I like the least. That seems like a good use of my time.
Yeah, just some just something fun for your Sunday.
Yeah. Frantically switching islands, trying to find one with the Windows 3.1 hot dog stand palette. uh, I feel the images the people like to post the most are any pride flags, and it's always fun to see those. I mean, this nice island, 69 island, that's basically bisexual island. There are a lot of trans rights islands. It's always fun seeing those. Um, just really nice color schemes.
Yeah, Thunderridge's message. Yeah, very good. I need to step away for a second. I will be back in a moment.
Okie dokie. Mhm. Oh, you can hear the occasional water lapping sound. I muted the stream, so I didn't know. Oh, you can probably hear me, right? Yeah, this is my time. What am I doing with it? With that power? What's the best thing to tell you now? Did you know that Mickey Mouse loses his shirt in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep by a laser? And it's due to a reason. I won't spoil now, but it has a reason. And that reason took like 10 years to finally work out. So you should probably play Kingdom Hearts just to find out why Mickey loses his shirt.
Alrighty, I am back and hydrated and
Welcome back.
feeling a little more put together and like starting to be deprived of basic nutrients. Trying to think of good numbers to try.
Yeah, that's good. Um, um, okay, wait, where's that one island I really like? Why can't I find it in this list? Okay, oh, what a search function. Okay, I would try, if you want to, 15.
Oh, hold on. I will
Oh yeah,
hop back in the boat.
and you tried your birthday already. We're not about to, we're not about to dox anyone. No, trying to think how to put the wheat number. Oh,
Oh, I can't get back
oh,
in the boat.
oh, try jumping off the island.
Oh,
It's hard to get into the boat from the water. I realize. Oh, try a social security number.
yeah, I feel like missing a couple numbers.
No, let's do 15 0 1 1A no, wait, 15 01 19 87. That's a good one, I think.
Oh, very yellow.
I think I remember it being island I liked. Oh yeah,
Trees are very clustered too. Oh wow, this is.
this
Oh,
really earned its name. I feel.
it just crashed on me, unfortunately.
Oh no!
Maybe we can try it again, see if it'll work the second time.
Yeah, that crash alone. That's probably the reason I'm still working on this game, trying to find to find the reason for that.
Oh, this is cool. Right. Try that again in a second, but I'm intrigued by this like valley.
Oh yeah, that's nice. I like that. Like even just looking up from your boat through the chasm, and there's like one monolith standing in the distance. That's cool.
Such a like interesting shape. It's like this giant valley.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Like these blocks that kind of look like tofu. Oh, thank you so much for the donation.
Oh, Modern Nations. Yes, please.
And hi, Zolty boy. Thanks for stopping by.
We should really try to reach $690. We're so close.
Right, yeah. I don't know if I can. Yeah, it's too much work for me to try and figure out how to reset
To change the goal. Oh yeah.
the goal. Yeah, I don't even know. Theoretically, I set it at some point, but that information is like 12 hours in the past. What's called Zolty Boy? Oh, the game is called Stroll. They generative photography game. And it's quite peaceful. Surprisingly, I haven't fallen asleep despite the peacefulness.
Yeah, I was worrying seeing it that late in your schedule. I was like, oh no, someone's going to take a nap on those islands.
I have definitely fallen asleep. Not even on marathon runs, but every time I've played Proteus, I have fallen asleep somewhere in it. And I don't even mean that as a con in that game, but yeah, I am definitely prone to you give me a nice pixel island, I will find a place to nap in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's quite a cool game, Zultiboy. I would check it out. It's coming to Steam soon, I believe.
Some point this year, but yeah, there will be a demo.
Sometime in the nebulous future.
Right. Oh, that's nice.
I like this really intense, like mustard yellow.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's the warm filter. Yeah, I cranked the warm and the cold filter are really extreme. But it also always depends on the colors of the island. Sometimes it feels like it's doing nothing, and at some points, yeah, you get mustard yellow. Yeah, I'm excited. At some point, I want to actually get a small photo editor where you can tweak your images after the fact. It would probably
That'd be
fun.
neat. Oh, thank you so much for the donation, Derivative, of $11.66.
Ooh, modern nations.
I feel like that's some scandalous number that I don't know about.
Oh no, it's because we are now at $666.66.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, in the honor of the donation, you could also go to the island that's only 6s. Yeah.
Ooh.
Also one of my favorite ones, I think, color-wise.
Very nice. Yeah, just bisexual lighting the island, pretty much. Purple is very nice. I like the grass kind of looks just like a shag carpet.
It really does, yeah. It's probably very soft to lie in.
And now I'm feeling the sleep come on. It's just the idea of a lion in this grass seems very appealing.
I always really enjoy whenever people take out the camera you can practically see like where their brain goes, trying to figure out a shot, like moving, then giving up on one shot, and like I'm just turning over here, taking another, probably better. It's always fun to see. It's like a very, very active form of eye tracking, kind of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you can't really get that with a normal camera.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. Very spiky. I feel like I should put some sort of music on underneath just to keep me from
Probably a good
drifting
idea.
away with the
Mm-hmm.
soft ambience. Let's see, something that won't get me kicked off of Twitch. Scrolling through my library really fast.
The short hike soundtrack. Yeah, that might be very relaxing.
Oh yeah, that is kind of that's another similar vibe to this, I guess. Very different game, but yeah, just games about being in on pastel mountains is a...
It was freaking awesome.
Oh, hey Kat.
Hello.
Welcome back in.
Hey, I'm done with my stuff now. So I thought I'd come back and ride out the last hour and a half with you.
Nice, yeah, we're so close, and we've made it to $666.66. So
I saw that. Wow, what an achievement. That specific number.
have you played any of this game, Kat? Stroll?
I haven't, but I've seen it and I've been really interested to see what it's about. So I'm really keen to check it out.
I mean, you could say it's not about much, really. Probably about nothing. Relaxing.
I like this weird little cabbage bush.
Oh yeah, story pertaining to that exact bush. I remember last year I showed, when I was showing the game to a friend, she told me, "Wow, those bushes, they look like little sheep." Which basically sent me down a rabbit hole of developing like a small multiplayer Shutter Stroll game for her birthday.
Oh.
Where practically just put ice on one of the bushes on an island, and you're like two ghosts just racing the island trying to find that one sheep amongst the bushes, which you can only see once you have your camera out. It's actually a fun game.
Sounds really fun.
Maybe I should include that as a multiplayer mode in a later release. We can figure that out.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Is the game too relaxing, Nate?
I would say maybe potentially for this late in the stream.
But it's so nice.
It is quite nice. I've turned on a little music underneath it to hopefully keep me a little more alert. But it might just.
You could always just blast the Doom soundtrack or something
Oh
over
yeah,
the top.
I second that.
Keep you
Yeah,
pepped.
I would
That
very
would be
much
so funny
enjoy
on
the
top
Doom
of this
Eternal
game.
soundtrack.
Yeah, let me see, what is the like most?
Why not? Craft your own experience. You know, take a stroll. Take a nice stroll.
Take a demon's life.
Doom
What-
soundtrack is pretty good.
I just recently played Doom Eternal. Probably already one of my favorite games of the past few years. It's amazing.
I haven't played Doom Eternal.
That was my comeback to AAA games. I used to pretty much only play indie because I didn't have a PC that could really afford to play AAA games. And then I came back with Doom Eternal, and since then there's a hole in my heart that needs to be filled. But I just can't find the game.
Oh no, that's a mark of a great game when it just
Yeah.
leaves a hole. Like you finish playing that game and you think, I'm gonna dislike any game that I play after this because it's not the game that I just played.
Yeah. Every game.
I'm gonna be
that's not
angry.
Doom Eternal. Yeah.
I'm gonna be angry at the next game I play because it's not this game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2 vibes of soundtrack and
Oh, this is
Oh.
This is Blade Runner 20. Oh fuck, what's the name? The new Blade Runner. I keep thinking 2077, but that's Cyberpunk. 2049. Oh my god, there's too many Cyberpunk stories.
yeah. Pick a
Dates in
different.
the 20s.
Pick a different millennium.
Pick a different number because the 20s are already stacking up. It's not doable. God, I'm not even a sleep deprived one.
This definitely gives it a different sort of mood. I feel like in this like very intense filter, it almost feels right.
Especially looking at the moon.
Mm.
Makes me want to put the super shotgun from Doom in that game. In this game.
Just put the camera on the end of it.
This is making it look more Doom-like. It's all coming together.
I can. Yeah.
It's all making sense.
The good thing about making games, you can put in whatever you want. If I want to put the Doom super shotgun in, I will.
Nobody
No
can
one can stop
you.
me, damn
yeah.
it.
Yeah, I'm
Is
gonna.
Zolty there? Are you there, Zolty?
It looks
I'm-
like it.
Yeah, I'm going to leave it on the Doom soundtrack until we get off of 666.
Oh, hello, Zolty. I think I sent Zolty over here.
Oh, well, thank you for doing so.
Zolty boy is lovely. You should interview him for your podcast. He makes lovely videos
Oh, I'll have
and
to check
does
those out.
art. Does amazing art.
Yeah, content. Ah.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to check those out. Got a sword my boat was over here.
So is the idea with this game you can just put any like coordinates in
Yeah.
and you just kind of walk there? That's cool.
Yeah. And on any pictures you take, there's the coordinates. So if you share it online, other folks can visit the same place.
Oh, that's cool. So it's not procedurally generated.
Oh, it
I
is.
see. Oh, it is?
But it's using the coordinates as an input. So it's very much deterministic.
So how can they visit the same location if it's randomly generated?
Yeah, it's not. I mean, there's a method to the madness, or to the randomness.
Oh, right, yeah.
And it,
So
it
they can
all
visit
just,
that same location, but it won't necessarily be the
Oh
same?
no, it will be the same. It will be exactly the same.
Oh,
It uses the numbers of the coordinates and just folds that out into positions of trees and where to do grass and stuff. That's all determined by the coordinates.
Oh.
So
the
yeah.
code.
Right.
Okay, I see.
It goes into this big black box and out comes an island. Yeah, and that's how you can pretty much gush over the same islands with threads. And it's also, yeah, I don't know, the idea came to me pretty early on. I was like, I mean, I'm using a seed already. Why am I not just showing it to the player as in something like an actual geographical address? And now that it's in its 8 digits, so if people want, they can put in their birthdays and feel like, yay, this is my island. Right, it's exactly working like in Minecraft, basically. Right, Minecraft does the same. They have a seed and you always get the same map if you put in the same seed. It also, also just for developing purposes, that is very crucial to have. Because if I could not reproduce an island, I could probably not squash some of the bugs. I mean, I know that the 69 island crashes every time, so at least I have some lead to go off of. If the game just crashed on some islands and I could not reproduce the island, that would be terrible. Yeah, it's possible with a finite amount of numbers, but a massive number. Yeah, I mean, I could basically make the addresses even longer, but I don't think there's a use. I think 100 million islands is more than enough. Plus like one daily island. I mean, there's technically...
Well, only 100 million. Like, never mind. I need a refund.
Yeah, I understand.
I expected at least a billion.
Makes the $5 price tag seem kind of steep. Maybe pick it up in a sale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, how much is that if we break it down per dollar value?
Yeah, it's not a
too
good
much.
Work
value,
out
huh?
how many cents per island? Like,
Oh,
Also,
it's
I think-
raining on this island. That's
Ooh. I mean, also on the price point, I think most people already own the game. Because if you bought the big racial justice bundle last year on itch, you have the game.
I did.
Yeah, you already own
Oh,
it.
shit, maybe I have it. Oh my god.
Kind of.
I've been meaning to
Yeah.
look at more games in that bundle.
There you go. The bundle was like 1 week after release, so I basically just said, yeah, fuck that, fuck my sales, I'll just put it in there. Why not? It's for a good cause. Let's just do that. Which now means most of the people just own the game, and I haven't really made too much money, but it's fine.
Yeah, you just gave a bunch of your revenue away. So,
I mean, yeah, but also that means more people got to play the game, so I think that's a nice thing.
and I've definitely heard about it. I mean, I've heard of it through word of mouth, so.
Yeah, but I mean, I can basically, that has to be because of the bundle. So in some way that I think is weird to think about, it was kind of a good thing, but I don't want, yeah, I have mixed feelings about that. But yeah, I'm really glad we got to raise so much money.
I only just realized that you can scroll up and down to change the focus amount,
Oh yeah,
which is very useful.
you can. You can also lock the autofocus with R.
Did not know that either.
It's in the it's in the controls. It will be more visible
Yeah.
in future updates. I've taken care of that. Yeah, many people did not know.
It's cool now. I have like a whole new thing to take photos with.
It's as if you unlocked something inside of the game. You just unlocked the functions.
I've already taken my photo and I like it, but I really like this island just the rain. Oh, this is an interesting color. This green just kind of comes out of nowhere.
Can you use the boat?
The boat takes me to different islands. I can't sail it around though. Make the autofocus paid focus.
I won't.
You got to take a certain amount of pictures and then you level up.
Oh, this is a weird hill. It's like just got this big old green spot.
Oh yeah.
It looks like a sour gummy.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
Oh, the rain's really coming down.
So happy to take quite a few games about taking.
Oh, welcome back, Nicholas. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Just saw that Nicholas popped up back in chat.
Yeah, I feel it seems like there was like a video game photography renaissance last year. A lot of photography games came out.
Yeah.
Also fun to see different takes. I've seen one game that came out recently. It's called Island Artist. It's on itch. And that person just came, texted me, "Hey, I made this game. I was kind of inspired by Stroll," where I was like, "Holy shit, I made it. That's it." And they made a game about you're also on islands, but instead of taking photos, you just draw the islands. It's pretty much, holy shit, that color scheme. You basically just put down your canvas and then you can draw the landscape, and which I think is also kind of photography and also really nice. I think there's a lot of cool artsy stuff you can do with photography games and anything photography adjacent.
I've heard about this game. Yeah, I've heard about it. Yeah. And what was that one you played, Nate, recently?
Dear Future.
Oh yeah.
Also quite neat. Yeah, I was talking about that
It's
earlier.
on my list now. I will play that later, I think. I'm really excited to see that.
Doesn't take very long, but might be worth playing through a few times. Kind of see different things.
Yeah. Do you actually get to keep your photos from that?
You get to choose one and it's uploaded to like the community. So when you log in, you can see the past 10 photos that people have taken. The last 10 players, you can see which photo they chose in your journal.
Yeah,
and then
okay, cool.
they also get uploaded to the Twitter bot account.
Oh, that's a Twitter bot. That's cool.
Very interesting way to do like asynchronous multiplayer.
I'm a big fan of anything that tries to take multiplayer to an asynchronous twist, and that's especially what procedural generation can be great for, because in some way this is also multiplayer if you'd like it to be. Like you can share a photo with a friend and say, "Hey, maybe you want to check out this island," and they can check it out and send you a photo back. And there's just stuff that's happening outside of the game, but it's still some way to connect with other people. I think that's kind of nice.
I think I looked for the Dear Future Twitter because I wanted to see people's photos, but I couldn't find it.
It's called like Transmissions from the Center or the Future or something like that. Transmissions from something.
Let me check. It's probably on the Steam page, isn't it?
Yeah, the Doom soundtrack is here. I told people I'll be leaving it until we get off of 600, and $66 and 66 cents. So if you're annoyed that this is disrupting the mood, feel free to change it.
You asked for this.
Yep. What soundtrack are we listening to if we reach $619?
I don't know. I feel like then it's probably not going to be as good as the Doom soundtrack just on principle. So I don't feel like I should promise anything because people won't donate.
That's a good point.
Transmissions from the Foundation. Just
There we
like that.
go.
Oh, can you send it in the Discord so I can take a look at it as well?
Should I put it in the Twitch chat or the Discord?
Either or.
I'll put it in the Twitch chat so everyone can go and look at
Thank
some
you.
photos.
Do you think this place is haunted? That's a great sentence to start a... Oh, those photos are great.
Yeah, there's some really
Whoa.
striking
Oh,
ones.
so good.
Oh my god. I feel like this will be the rest of my Sunday. Oh no.
It's pretty great.
A lot of games being made about being, just being alone in a very haunting location. I don't know what that says about us.
It's maybe because of the current state of things.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of very easy parallels to draw. Specifically in Dear Future, at least, it's like it's set in the future after humanity was basically driven almost to extinction by some sort of pathogen.
What could that be?
Yeah, who could say what parallels might be inspiring it? But yeah, it was interesting talking to the dev about it, and they were talking about how it didn't actually begin as a photography game, and the photography aspect was really late. And originally it was much more of a almost like Death Stranding, reconstruct the world together sort of experience. It was inspired by stuff like Twitch Plays Pokemon and other like kind of collaborative undertakings. And I believe photography was added, and like kind of the more single player aspects were added to further reinforce like individual engagement with what was being done. So rather than just like everyone is just like this collective ambiguous whole, it's like you're all working towards the same goals, but you all still have like your own individual perspective and input on it. That was a neat way to evolve that into somehow arriving at photography as the means to convey that.
Also, derivative ads. I played it later, but apparently the original version was a you can only play it once type of game.
Right, yeah. They did patch it after the fact so that you could play it more than once, but yeah, it's a similar sort of like you choose one photo to save, but you're obviously allowed to start over.
I also
So-
oh yeah, go ahead.
I was just... Oh yeah, on that, so you get booted out of the game, right? After one day, or
Yeah.
whatever it is. So how long until you can go back in and do another day?
You can go back in immediately.
All right.
You just have to redo the tutorial and stuff. I found that doing it like once a day felt right for me. Like getting some distance was interesting because I would see what people had done in the time since I played, because I could see where like this is my photo, and here are all the photos after that. I can kind of see how many people have come and what they've added. I think it's a neat touch. But yeah, one round only takes like, with the tutorial, probably like 15 minutes. So certainly something you can fit in fairly easily, even if you do play it multiple times.
Yeah, I'm starting to, especially this year, I'm really appreciating games that tell me to shut off the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd love to have more games give you a sense of, yeah, you can play this for 15 minutes, but I wouldn't recommend you playing more. Maybe come back tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Like spread out your time a bit more. You don't have to binge anything.
Yeah.
Because we binge a lot of stuff nowadays.
Yeah, that's kind of the default mode of engaging with any sort of art. It's just like, all right, I need to have all of it now at once, and then I'm just gonna go and like lie down and digest it later, maybe, or I might just go right on to the next meal.
Yeah, and I feel I'm still very much in favor of, even if it's a TV show, I'd like to wait for another episode if it's something. Well, maybe not for the stuff I watch in the background, but if it's something I care about, I'd rather not binge it because I want to think about it, and just consuming more and more in between makes it harder to actually give yourself time to reflect on stuff and art you've consumed.
Yeah, no, if I actually like something and like want to understand it more, I can't just like go on to the next thing. I have to finish like processing what I just played or watched or read, or else it's just gonna completely like disappear and I won't have any recollection of even having experienced it.
Yeah.
It's just so tempting to just keep binging or just go onto the next thing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then sometimes you end up regretting it, and you're like, oh, I wish I hadn't blazed through that experience so much. I wish I would have just slowed down a bit and enjoyed it more.
Yeah.
But yeah, for that reason, I like games that are kind of force you to slow down. I like the idea of more games including, like needing to wait for a certain amount of real time to pass or something. Like, I think that's really an intriguing thing because in this day and age, we're just used to everything, having access to all the things right away.
Yeah. Yeah, everything is at our fingertips all of the time.
Yeah, so that's why I like these things that make you wait. I don't know, they have a real allure now, weirdly.
Yeah, it's interesting though to contrast like the like suggestion to like take a break versus like the way that a lot of free-to-play games just hard cap you until you like decide you want to pay or wait for the next day. And I feel like the experience of those two is very different, at least like to me. They feel distinct because one of them is like, well, now I'm stopping because I don't want to pay any extra, versus the other one is like reminding me, oh yeah, I have been here for an hour and I should probably stand up for a bit. This is interesting how that same sort of idea of like you can play for this amount of time can feel very different depending on how it's like enacted.
I feel like the main difference might be that in the case of mobile games, the act of waiting, I mean, the waiting is kind of calculated for because you cannot expect for people to spend like all of the day on their phone, and you can actually plan a game with breaks in mind. But I feel like in the case of mobile games, the waiting always comes with you being locked out of the experience.
Yeah.
And whenever games present you the act of waiting as part of the intended experience, then I think it's a good thing. I mean, in mobile games, I can bypass the waiting if I want to with money, and then that's not the experience they are crafting for us. The intended experience is very much that you spend money on the game, because obviously that's how they make money, right? Oh, that's nice. I like that angle.
It's always the game developer has just said everything in like one sentence, just perfectly summarized the whole issue in a really thoughtful way.
My
It's
cats
nearly
don't know
1
what.
hour.
Yeah, I was seeing that. My cats are starting to get to rouse
Oh.
again. They woke up for a couple hours and then went right back to sleep. Now they're waking up again because they're like, oh, now's the time you're normally awake to get us food. They're very confused. Like we never went to bed last night.
Also, didn't you have like 2 more games on your list?
Yeah, theoretically I did. I got kind of caught up in this one, but yeah, maybe since we're nearing up the top of the hour,
Yeah, I'd remind you.
Yeah. But this has been a lot of fun, and if I wasn't so sleepy and liable to fall asleep, in spite of the Doom soundtrack trying to keep me awake, I do feel like the very tranquil experience of this is definitely starting to lull me into something. These like random. It looks like someone just like came down here with like a highlighter or spray paint. Like, I'm gonna make this part of the grass pink.
Question is, who did it? Only we could find out.
There's my boat. I said I actually didn't have to actually go to my boat to manage that. Alrighty. Well, yeah, we'll take a break from Stroll, which is super cool, and I recommend it. Because I definitely have to revisit it when I have a few more of my faculties about me. Trying to see what do we even have next on the list. We ended up having to like
I think it's which way, right?
Yeah, well we didn't get to play everything on this list because I ended up taking longer for a lot of games.
Oh yeah.
Just because, you know, you get caught up in them and you just kind of go. Goodness. Alright, I'm gonna get some water and then decide which of these will round us down for the last of the stream.
Yay, an hour!
Almost got it.
Oh, it's just a matter of seconds now.
I think
And some minutes.
yeah. I think sandwich talk is what saved Nate. That's what rejuvenated him.
Did you say sandwich talk?
You went around for that, I think.
I don't think so.
Okay, so when it was time to play Crime Reaper, I think there was like 5 minutes of Crime Reaper gameplay and then 55 minutes of Nate and folks making a matrix of sandwiches and their alignments.
Oh, I did. I heard about this. Yes. I heard about the burger matrix.
Mhm.
Did you see it?
Oh,
Did you look in the chat? We posted it.
Yeah, it's in chat.
Did you?
Yeah, in the big room for everyone. There's yeah.
Oh, okay. That's what all of the photos of weird burgers and stuff are about.
Yeah, that's the.
Chat.
Wait, did I? I totally forgot the PlayStation was in there.
Yeah, very it's very sensible and I'm sure it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I think so too.
So yeah.
Yeah, no, I know what I've seen the similar ones where it's like, oh god, it was like a tea or a soup one, and it was categorized by ingredients and a few other things.
Oh, I just meant like the categorization, which is perfectly reasonable and airtight.
Well, I'm perusing now,
Hmm.
and yeah, someone's really put a lot of thought into this.
I mean, hmm. the city in the bottom row, that's Hamburg, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. I mean, speaking from experience, I live very close to Hamburg. I feel like they should be below chaos. If there was another row, that would be Hamburg.
Why?
Terrible place.
Oh no,
I don't know. It's lawless. Oh,
the lawless land of Hamburg.
yeah.
Did not expect.
Hamburg is not what I picture when I think lawless land.
It's very much for me. How can they call themselves Northern Germany? I don't believe it. Okay, no, that's just Northern German. Yeah, we like to shit on Hamburg.
I did not anticipate this Hamburg feud getting pulled into our burger matrix.
Yeah.
This could have changed everything. Could have just upset the whole paradigm. That is like pushing my yoga mat around the floor. Getting the zoomies at 9 o'clock in the morning.
At some point, you gotta do your workout.
She
Better get it in
she
early.
normally does it at like 2 a.m. So she's been. Good grief! You're gonna tear up my whole back. What are you doing?
It's cool, okay?
She's staring at me just
Been
like
no one.
you didn't see anything.